Has anybody ever seen that video before it was played today? Yeah. Nope. Any of you guys? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. You're a high schooler? All right. Hey, really though, that was easier to film for me than the other ones, guys. That was a lot easier. All right. Cringe level on that was like here compared to some of those other ones we did. But hey, we're glad you guys are here. Can I get a whoop whoop for this being the last week of relationship series? Woo! Okay. Fun stuff. We are finishing up our relationship series today. And, we thought, there's probably no better way to finish this up than to be able to answer some questions that you might have regarding relationships or dating or anything about your where you find your identity, things that you're thinking about that we've been talking about in this series. So here's what I want you guys to start thinking about right now. We have a couple guests that are going to come up here on the stage. I'm going to introduce them here in just a minute. And we're going to go through some questions. I'm going to kind of interview them a little bit, have some fun with that. And then after we're done doing that, I'm going to open it up for some open questions that you guys can ask me or any of the other guests that are going to be on stage. The way that you can ask those questions is Dylan will put a number up here on the screen that you can text those questions. And if you don't have a phone, find a leader, tell them your question, and they will send that to me, okay? That way I can see the questions before they come in, and we can get those answered for you, okay? All right. My phone number will be up on the screen, okay, here in a little bit, all right? So without further ado, I want to introduce a couple of awesome leaders and my best friend, my wife, Michelle. So let's just bring up my wife, Michelle, first. Everybody give it up for Michelle. All right. Has anybody here not met my wife? Raise your hand. Okay, I know. Hey, I know. All right, well, everybody, this is Michelle. Everybody say hi, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. All right, any guesses as to how long we've been married? Oh, 8 yes. Close. Yes. 6. Yep, 6.5. Yes. Yeah, she said, is that right? Dude, I know better than her how long we've been married. Cheryl, you can sit right there. Got some water for you there, all right? So this is my wife. I'm glad that she's up here tonight to talk to you guys about relationships. We're going to talk to you just a little bit about our dating relationship, what it's like, obviously, to have a family now, and like looking back and things we've learned over the years. Also have a couple of your leaders that are going to be up here on the stage. So give it up for my dude, Kendrick Sutherland. Give it up for Kendrick. Yeah, that's that true hype music from Kendrick. What's up, bro?
What's up? I'm Kendrick. I'm a middle school life group leader here.
All right, Kendrick, you can have a seat. Kendrick, what's your nickname in your life group?
Hulk.
Hulk?
Yeah.
Why do they call you the Hulk?
I don't know. That's just a chosen name.
Because you like to work out?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, all right. So Kendrick's the man. He's one of our 5th and 6th grade leaders. You guys have heard him up here on stage before share in our goals series. He shared about mental health, and we're excited to have Kendrick back again. And last but not least, Miss Lily Carrico. Give it up for Lily, guys. Woo-woo! Lily, welcome. Sorry, it's a little tight up here. Lily, tell us what life group you're in, and tell us something else cool about yourself.
Okay. I am the 8th grade girls leader. Hi. And that's
got
pretty
your
much
homies
it.
up there on the front row.
Yeah, they're sitting in the front row. That's so unusual.
Dude, they're bold today. Did they know you were going to be up here?
No, they did not.
Oh, man.
So,
And Lily, what year are you in school?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior. Where at?
Charlestown High School.
Charlestown. Any Charlestown people up in the house?
Kylie, raise your hand.
Woo! We got some people in the back row there.
Yeah.
And Kendrick, you're a junior, right?
Yeah, I'm a junior at Jeff.
At Jeff. Any
Yes,
Jeff
sir.
people in the house?
There we go.
Yeah, there's one. Awesome. Right. Yes. Awesome. Okay. So we have Michelle, Kendrick, Lily. Guys, thanks so much for being willing to come up here and just share a little bit about relationships. First question I want to start out with. And just so you guys know, we haven't rehearsed this. So we're just having some fun with this, all right? So at times, Michelle and I may answer certain things, and at times Kendrick may answer, or Lily may answer. And if you got something that you're like, hey, that question that you just asked and that response is making me think about a question, we need you to text in that question. Dylan's going to put the number up here on the screen for you right now. We need you to text that in. And Dylan, you can just keep that number up on the screen for us. You can just keep that. That way, if at any time you have a question, you can text that in, okay? All right, so you guys ready? All right, let's do this. All right, I'm going to pray, then we're going to jump right into the questions. Here we go. God, we thank you so much for this day. God, I thank you for these middle schoolers, for these leaders. God, I know this series has been cringy. I know at times it's been awkward, God, but at the same time, I think there's a lot of just a lot of your goodness that's come from it. To be aware of the pitfalls of dating and relationships, and just getting in too deep into these type of things, in the middle school and high school years, God, without having that firm base and foundation in you, God. Just thank you for the lessons that we've learned. Please teach us more today from life experiences that are going to be shared, from things that we've learned from past relationships, God, or even current relationships, things that you're teaching us, God. And we just thank you that we can do this tonight. And everybody said? Amen. Amen. All right, here we go. First question is this: what's been the best or worst part of this relationship series? Kendrick, let's start with you. We're actually going to go around. We're going to do everybody. What's the best or the worst part of this relationship series?
All right, so I'll just go ahead and go for like a surface one. I'd say like the videos, the games are pretty nice. I would say the video can be the best and worst at the same time.
Absolutely.
I guess that fits under the umbrella of just being open, really. Just being real honest about everything, the message, the videos, you're just having fun. So I like that a lot.
Okay, cool. Good stuff, Kendrick. Lily.
Yeah, the worst part has definitely been the videos, okay?
Thank you.
They give me nightmares, y'all, okay?
That was my audition, and I failed, so.
But the best part is probably, just bringing up something that we don't normally talk about and just having a chance to really be open and honest. And I think that really sets the tone for the rest of the year about how honest and how open and how confidential group is really supposed to be, so.
Super cool. Love that. Michelle, I know you haven't been here every week. We have 2 girls, just so you guys know. Ireland is 5, Finley is 4, and Michelle works as a nurse, so she stays really busy. But you've been here today. What's the best part of and the worst part of what you've seen so far today?
That video was pretty cringy.
Thanks.
Not a fan of that, but no, you did great.
She likes it when I dance on video, guys. She likes it. All right.
No, I haven't been around a whole lot, but I do love that you guys are getting a chance to talk about this stuff and raise your questions in your life group. Like Lily said, kind of piggybacking off of that, this is something that you guys don't really probably get a chance to talk about a lot, but it is so prevalent. It's something that you're dealing with day in and day out at school, with friends and everything. So just getting a firm foundation of what a biblical approach to dating, a biblical approach to what relationships looks like. I think that's super important for you guys. I'm glad that you've gotten the chance to do that.
Yeah, it has been fun. For me, worst part, videos for sure. They said the first week that I had to be the woman with the wigs on. And I feel like I didn't have a choice, so I just had to go right into character. But that was definitely the worst. I did have the most fun doing this last video. That was fun. The choreography, the dancing, it was fun. And the best part, I think sitting in and just listening on groups a little bit and hearing that there's some transparency and just openness and honesty, and knowing that in groups the things that are said about a more sensitive topic like this series is about with dating and relationships, that those things stay in groups. So I think I just really appreciate that the groups are they're tackling these things head on, even though it's a tough subject. And so I'm really proud of you guys. I know it is an awkward subject. I know there's times where it's what's going on? What are they talking about? Or there's also times where it's man, these things are happening all the time around me in my school, that we are willing to talk about those things and that you guys can discuss and hopefully grow in your relationship with God in your groups. So I've been really excited about that. Let's transition and let's talk about funny or embarrassing stories that have to do with a past relationship or dating. Let's see what our guests up here have to say about a funny or embarrassing past relationship or dating story. Kendrick's got a good one, he says. All right,
guys,
here we go.
Bear down. Okay, so first girlfriend, I guess. I was in 6th grade, okay? And she was in my English class. So obviously I saw her every day. It's the day before Valentine's Day. It's my first Valentine's Day, you know? So I'm ready. So I'm at Walmart, as you should on Valentine's Day. Teddy bear, chocolate, whole thing. Like I said, I saw her the day before Valentine's Day. So I show up to English class the next day, and I'm so sweet. I put the chocolate on her desk, the teddy bear on her desk. She never shows up.
Oh.
But it's even worse because she moved like 5,000 miles away, and I never talked to her ever again.
Never talked to her.
Never talked to her ever again. Never talked to her. Yep. Never saw her ever again.
Did you get to eat the chocolate? I hope you ate it.
No, I give it to my mom.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That was a little bit of a heavy story.
So did the music video, Tearing Up My Heart, did it really touch you?
Oh, yeah, it really got to me.
Took you back. Okay.
Took me back to 6th grade.
Okay, good stuff. That's a good story. Lily, Michelle, do you guys have any funny or?
Mine's really quick, and it was kind of recent. But me and my friends went on a double date one time, and we went to Steak and Shake, and we were eating in the car, and my friend had just got her car detailed, and I had a mint Oreo shake, and, you know, I turned around to say something to our dates in the back, and, of course, I spilled the mint Oreo shake all over her car. You probably don't understand that because you all can't drive yet, but it was awful, and, yeah, I spent the whole night cleaning that up and apologizing to everybody that I spilled it on, so.
Okay, good stuff. Do you have one that doesn't involve me or does involve me?
No, it doesn't involve you. So I think I was probably about your guys' age. I think I was like going into 7th grade. It was summertime, and my friends and I were going to the pool. Super exciting. I had this crush on this guy, my friend's brother. He was 2 years older than me, and I'd crushed on him for like 2 years. I found out he was going to be at the pool, and that was super exciting. It was Johnny Vincent, one of Luke's friends now. But
wow, one of my friends? Really? I've already heard this.
So we were standing in line at the slide, and he was like one step ahead of me. And I'm pretty sure this guy didn't even know I existed. But he looked at me. He looked at me, guys. He looked down at me, and I was like, oh, my gosh, this is my chance. Here we go. He said, hey, Michelle. First of all, he knew my name. He goes, hey, Michelle. And I was like, what, Johnny? And he goes, you got something right there in your nose.
Oh.
And I was like, I went to grab it, and sure enough, a big old snot rocket. I'm pretty sure it like dripped all down my chin too. But you know what? I learned 2 things. I got over that crush that day because I knew there was no coming back. Second of all, you know what? Boogers happen at pools. It's fine, guys. It happens. It's fine.
Good stuff. That was a good booger story. I'm glad that your association with Johnny, one of my best friends way back in the day, has to do with boogers. Me, did you say my name? Do I have to go? Yes. Let's see. I have a terrible memory, but I'll just say this. It's kind of more of a blanket statement because it's happened multiple times. I've farted in public with our friends, like when we're like have our friends over for dinner, or like playing a game. I've done it out loud. Sometimes not on purpose, sometimes on purpose, and like, it's very embarrassing for her, but to me, it's pretty dang funny. So, just saying, I kind of fart in public, so keep your distance, all right? All right, next question. Actually, let's throw one in. I got some questions here. Just so I don't embarrass anybody, I'm not going to mention names if you send it in, okay? But here's a question. Here's a funny one. Who has had the most girlfriends or boyfriends before today's series? All right, I know that isn't me. I've had one. I had one girlfriend for a very short time before Michelle. So I've only had one. Okay, how about you? Really? It takes that long to count? Johnny doesn't count.
No, he does not count. Probably 2.
2?
2.
Okay, legitimate?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Kendrick?
I think my answer is the same, 2.
2, okay.
It's me. I've had 3.
Lily's had 3. All right.
Maybe more. I can't count.
Maybe more. She can't count. All right. All right. Pre 5th grade doesn't count, right? Or 10th.
Or 10th grade?
No, I'm just messing with you.
Okay.
Okay. This series just got more awkward. Okay. Let's go to another question. Let's see. Okay, here's another funny one, just came in. How many failed dates have you had? Big smiley face.
Big smile.
How many failed dates have you had? Who wants to answer that one? Failed dates.
When do
I
you
don't think I've
stop
had any.
counting?
What?
When do you stop counting?
When do you stop counting? Well, kind of like the relationship thing. You just stuck with 3, right? Or tell us a story. Tell us a story about a failed date. Oh, the double date, that was a fail, right? With the
It turned out to be okay.
So the date turned out to be good, just the spill in the
Yeah,
car.
the spill was
Okay. Do you got a
not
failed
that
date
fun.
story, Kendrick?
I don't think I have any failed dates
Yeah,
that
the
I can
whole-
think of. I mean, I feel like I'm not old enough for a failed date. That seems like as old as you.
Oh,
Go out with somebody
okay.
and the date just doesn't work
Wow,
out.
taking shots at my age. All right, I got
Yeah.
you.
And
Okay.
the curls.
Okay, yeah, all right. All right, so we'll keep going. We'll keep going here. Let's go to the next one on here, and then we'll get to more of the questions that are coming in, which is awesome, by the way. There's quite a few coming in. This one gets a little bit more serious. What are some things you would share here at MSM that are non-negotiable when it comes to relationships or dating? What are some non-negotiables, some things that, you draw the line in the sand and say, man, this is a non-negotiable in dating or relationships as far as, more non-negotiables.
I can start off.
Yep.
I would definitely say a first non-negotiable for me is that whoever I'm going to have a relationship or pursue has to be on the same level as me spiritually, for sure.
Okay.
Because you can't be like a mentor to that person. You know what I mean?
So you're saying you wouldn't date, you wouldn't date somebody that's not a Christian.
Exactly. So
And why is that?
because the whole point of a relationship is that you have God in that relationship and that you all grow closer together as you grow closer to God.
Okay.
And so the same
Yeah.
thing applies as if, for me, I've been baptized for 3 years or whatever it is now. I wouldn't date somebody that just got baptized or
Okay.
that is really, really new to their faith. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because it just wouldn't work out.
And
very
not,
well.
and I think I'm hearing your heart on that, Kendrick. I hope everybody's hearing that. It's not about, I wouldn't date somebody lesser than me. It's about, I want to date someone that is pursuing Jesus at the same pace that I am, that loves Jesus, that's going all out for Jesus in that same way. Cool. What's
Yeah.
another non-negotiable? Lily.
I don't know what Kendrick said to finish that off. Like, it's so easy for somebody to pull y'all down, but it's so hard to pull people up. Like if you sit up on a chair and you tried to pull somebody up on that chair's gonna fall right over. So, but another non-negotiable for me would be boundaries. That's definitely something that you all should set when you all first start dating. Places that that you can't go beyond and things like that just are very important, so you don't have to start having that conversation when you get to those places. You should already have those set before you get there.
Yeah, that's good. And I think it's another question that any of our middle schoolers in the room could ask themselves too, if they're going to say, hey, I want to date this person, I want to be with this person. If you have to say, well, what does it mean to even set boundaries? You're probably not ready to date, right? And I'm not saying that everybody in 6th, 7th, 8th grade that 100% that they shouldn't ever date. I believe that you should wait until you're more mature and until you have some life experience, some experience as a teenager before you really explore dating and relationships. But I think if you have to ask yourself, man, how do I even do that? Then you're probably not ready to date. And getting a mentor, your parents involved in your relationship. If you want to date with somebody, and you're like, man, what does it look like to have boundaries? That's something where you got to have your parents in with you. I know that sounds really weird and awkward to talk to your parents about, but we've talked about that in this series. We talked about how Samson didn't take the advice of his father and mother, remember? And Samson was an adult. Samson just told his father and mother, hey, go get her for me, go do this. And then he didn't take any of their advice, and then all he had was destruction in his life. So, I think a non-negotiable for me, sharing with you guys would be just make sure spiritually you're ready to be in a relationship. Make sure you are pursuing God more than anything else. So, Shell, do you have anything you want to share on that one? Non-negotiable?
I mean, yeah, just kind of piggybacking off what they said. That was always something that was really important to me, was just making sure that, it's easy to say, I mean, for the person that I was looking to date, and then me as well, like, it's easy to say, yeah, I'm a Christian, I believe in God, I do this, but that should be an expression in your life. Like, you should express that in everything that you do. And so, just, not that you want to judge the person that you're thinking about dating, but you need to know. You need to know what their true intentions are and where they're at. And something that was really important to me when looking for a relationship was I want to know that they were going to be kind, that they were empathetic, that they would look out for the left out in people. Because, we all know what it feels like to be left out, and it stinks. And so knowing that, this person wasn't one way at church and then another way at school, or that was just something that was important to me. Genuine. You want them to be genuine in their faith, genuine in their walk, and genuine just in their life, in the way that they treat people.
Yeah, that's big. That's really good. Good stuff, guys. Let's go to a few more questions. Here's another funny one. When did you have your first kiss? All right, what age? 19. 19, all right? I know. Hey, I'm glad I waited until I was 19, all right? I'm glad you did too. Thank you, Kendrick. So judging me. My first kiss was Michelle after we started dating for a few months. Yeah, so what about you?
I was 15, and it was awful. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So
Was it Booger Boy? No, I'm just kidding.
No, it was a different guy. But
right.
yeah, definitely did not pursue the right guy in that time.
Okay, 15. I've heard this story. I'm not going to ask you to share the story, but it wasn't a good experience either, was it?
No.
Okay, it wasn't a good experience.
No, not a good experience.
Okay, the guy looked like a caveman. I knew him,
really
all
mean.
right?
You can't
He
say
did.
that.
He
You
seriously
can't
looked
say
like a
that.
caveman. Dude, I'll show you a picture sometime. All right, guys. Okay, Kendrick.
All right, the first kiss.
First kiss.
Our first kiss. All right, I think I was in 7th or 8th grade.
Okay.
And I was at the skating rink, right?
Kendrick's he likes to tell stories around everything.
Perfect stage.
Yes.
Anyways, long story short, this girl grabbed the back of my head and smushed my face into her. That was my first kiss.
How romantic.
Wow.
I know, right?
Do you,
I only count this as my first kiss because there was definitely some lip-to-lip contact there. So,
Okay.
you know,
Did you
I'll
date
never
her?
forget it.
Did you date her?
I dated her for
He
like
said,
a
I'll
week
never
or something.
forget it.
Yeah. I mean, I was like this. Just grab my head. What are you gonna do?
It's like that, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Lily.
I was 14, I think.
14. Did your mom know that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Where
Mom?
is Yolanda? Sure, I did.
She
Okay.
forgets a lot of things.
you got a cool mom.
Okay. All right. Funny question. All right. Let's go to another one. Okay. Here's another one. Have you ever had a first date with someone and then never talked to them again?
Yes.
No. Yes. First date with someone? No.
His 6th grade girlfriend, right?
Yeah, the Valentine's Day. I think that's pretty that's pretty horrifying.
But you didn't have a first date.
No date.
You didn't even get to the date.
Just chocolate and teddy bear. No, I didn't. Yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
didn't get to the date.
That's right.
Didn't make it.
You tried, but first date and then you never talked to him again? No.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
All right. All right, here's another one. If you could go back to any point to where you started dating, you started a relationship with someone. So let's say for you that was 7th grade, or for you that was 8th grade, or wherever that was. If you could go back to that start, what would you say to yourself? So what would you say to 7th grade Kendrick? What would you say to yourself at whatever age you're at? And what would you say to the students here as to what you've learned from kind of experience in dating? What would you say to yourself that you could go back and maybe do over or fix or?
I would tell myself and tell you guys now that before you even really consider entering the dating world, you need to stand firm in the belief that Jesus is enough, that he is enough. He's the one that's going to fulfill you. He's going to be the one that makes you whole. He's the one who claims that you're worthy, and until you really understand that Jesus is enough, then no relationship, no person, no object, or any achievement is ever going to be enough. And that's something that I wish I would have learned a whole lot sooner, because it's like you're always chasing the next best thing, you know.
Yeah.
So that was huge. And then you have one? I got one more.
100 emoji. That was a good one. That's a good one.
Definitely find a person in your life who can kind of mentor you. Find a person who is actively growing in their faith, to just be your person that you can go to with your questions, that's going to give you that godly advice. It's something that I didn't do until I was a lot older, and I really regret that, because I feel like it would have saved a whole lot of heartbreak. So, you know, you guys are at a great advantage, because you've got all of these people here that are investing in you every week. So reach out to them, you know, don't be afraid to ask them those questions, because they're tough.
Good stuff.
I think for me, kind of like Michelle's first point, you know, be yourself. I remember when I was maybe like 15, I put a lot of myself into other people, maybe not just in like my dating relationship that at that time, but for sure. But everybody around me, I was always putting myself into what they wanted me to be, and that definitely took away from my spiritual relationship and even my emotions and me as a person. So I really want you all to know that, you know, being yourself is absolutely 100%. Sounds so cliche, but it's the truth. Just staying yourself is a good way to keep your head on straight, and, you know, just find people who like you for you. So.
Yeah. Good.
I 100% agree with both of them, saying what she said specifically, that Jesus is enough. That is where you found all your salvation, and that no person, and I don't know if you all get this, I'm going to describe it the way that somebody I look up to described it. If the hottest supermodel in the world that is a follower of Christ and is this and this and this walked in the room, but you did not have your faith in Jesus, that person couldn't do anything for you. It doesn't matter. You have to have all your faith in Jesus. And another thing, when you talked about mentors, I think that would be probably the biggest one for me when I first started dating that I would want to have had. Because not only will that person help you, but they can kind of look out for you. Because sometimes you don't see the full picture and everything that's going on. And that person can be there to help you know, hey, this is going on, you know, and help you with that. So I think that's a really important thing.
Awesome. For me, I think I would say, I'd go back to the accountability thing, mentor, having somebody that, I mean, I had mentors in high school and even in college, but I think when I got into college and even when we started dating, to me, I thought, man, I could just handle everything on my own in a relationship. And, you know, the truth behind that is, like, we're never better when we're alone. We're never better when we think we can handle everything ourselves, or we think we can get through this or make this boundary or this decision. And so, yeah, I would go back and I would just be more open about my relationship with mentors and just with close, you know, even my best friend. Just be more real about that. You know, I'm trying even now to make sure that when someone says, you know, how are you doing? That my answer isn't just good, you know, fine. Like, I want to be honest with them. I want to be real with them. I think going back, I would do this. I would want to do that in dating relationships. So yeah, good answers, guys. That's good. All right, some more questions coming in. We are kind of coming toward the end, so if you have more, text it in. Text it in right now, okay? Here's another one. One of the leaders said, this is just a funny message. They said, if your date is trying to pull you away from youth group, dump them. # old lady advice.
Right. True.
I'm going to share that.
So true.
That's all Monica right there. Monica, great advice.
Some truth, Monica. Straight truth.
Yeah.
That's right. Give him the slam, all right? All right. Here's a couple funny ones. Have you or your crush ever done the water bottle in the face prank? I don't know what that prank.
Oh, where
Is
they
that where the
spit
water's
water in
and you hit it?
You spit water in each other's faces.
Oh,
Right?
no.
I thought that's what it was.
This says water bottle in the face, so I think
I
that's
hope what they're talking about. I hope it's what they're talking about is when you squeeze the water bottle.
Have you had that done to you by a date?
I have not.
That's good.
If they did
I
that to me,
haven't.
I'd walk away.
Probably.
Walk away, right?
No more first date.
I'd walk away with some sass.
Some
Yeah.
sass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Sass
ahead
in
and
your
change it in the
step.
walk.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Have you ever had a third wheeler, or were you the third wheel on a date?
I will be quick to say I've been a third wheeler many times.
Me too.
Third wheel
My
many
brother
times?
was our third wheel for like 4 years.
Years. And to think that I even liked him. No, he was the third wheel though for a long time.
He was sweet.
I don't think I've ever been the third wheeler on a date. I mean, you guys know me. Like I would just say awkward, funny, embarrassing things about them. So it would make it more awkward for them than it would be for me as the third wheel. So
I perfected the art of third wheeling.
you have? You
Oh, yeah.
perfected it?
Oh,
All
yeah.
right. Any of y'all need a chaperone? Call Kendrick, okay? We'll put his number up on the screen later, okay? All right. A couple more. Let's see. What's the worst thing that's happened in meeting your girlfriend's or boyfriend's parents? Smiley face. Big smiley face. I'll start with that. I'm trying to remember. Your mom didn't like me? Not really? I thought
Did you
your
see the
mom
look
liked
that she
me.
just gave you? Like, no.
I thought your mom.
No.
I thought your mom really liked me, but
She called you, what did she call you? Eddie Haskell.
Eddie Haskell.
Yeah.
Who's Eddie Haskell?
From Leave It to Beaver.
Leave It to Beaver. How old is your mom? No, I'm just kidding.
She's 60.
Okay. Yeah. So meeting, I already knew her, but when we started dating, you couldn't really date really for a while, like technically, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and by the way, I think I told you guys I couldn't actually date until I was 18. Like, I really couldn't date until I was done with high school. And I chose to respect that rule from my parents, even though there were times where I wanted to date. I chose to respect that rule. Yeah, I knew your mom before that, but I think it was just a little awkward for sure around her because we couldn't really date for a while. I more just had to just come over and hang out at your house. And it's not like your mom was like, we were just in the living room the whole time with her, but it was a little awkward for a while.
Weird. It was weird.
It was weird. Any weird stories about meeting parents?
Oh, my first serious relationship, his parents did not like me for the first 3 months of our relationship, but now they loved me by the end of it, so it was all good. But it was a very awkward, uncomfortable time for me as a 14-year-old girl not being liked by some guy's parents, so yeah. Don't worry about that. It's okay.
Anything or no?
I have a couple ones. I'll be real quick.
Okay.
A couple ones.
Couple stories by Kendrick. It'll be quick, we promise.
Okay, so when I met my girlfriend's parents now, I found out that her mom's sister, so her aunt, I had known my whole life, and I did not remember, and I did not know that. She cut my little brother's hair for the first time. She did my mom's makeup and hair for our wedding, everything. I didn't know that. So that was interesting.
Sounds
And
interesting.
the other one, my first serious relationship, we weren't supposed to date, and we did. And we kept it a secret for months. But anyways,
Was that in 7th grade?
yeah, 7th and 8th grade.
7th and 8th, okay.
But long story short, he interrogated me on my front porch for 2 hours. I mean interrogation, so I could date her.
Interrogation.
Full
All right.
on.
Full
So
on.
yeah, that was the first time I met him.
Okay.
Full on interrogation with the light and everything. He actually had, the car battery.
Yeah, I
Hooked
know
up to
car
me,
batteries,
electric-
yes.
Yeah, that's what he did to me. Yeah.
What? Wait, what
Just
did he
playing.
do?
Okay, I'm gonna quit.
Okay, this just got really dark. All right, moving on. Wait, are you done with your stories? Yeah. Okay. All right. Man, I love it when someone texts in 3 or 4 questions. That's awesome. I wish I could get to all of them, but I can't. Here's one though. You ever accidentally farted and blamed it on your date? She's done that to me more times than you could ever know. She still does it to me. You guys ever done that? Accidentally farted, blamed it on your date?
No, I claim my farts.
You claim. Hey,
do.
preach, brother. Preach.
I have, Michelle. It's okay. I've done it too.
You've
I
done
would
it
just
too.
blame them on my kids.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right, was it in public? Was that at a restaurant?
No,
No.
that's the same thing, isn't it?
Okay, maybe it is. All right. Here's a good one. We're going to do 3 more. What age does God want us to date? At what age does God want us
We're
to
going to
date?
leave this one up to you.
Yeah, Luke.
Seriously?
Your question.
Go for it.
20.
Mom, be quiet.
So I'll be real with you. I realized that the rules that I had would be considered very extreme in today's culture. I would still recommend you wait till you're 17, 18. But for sure, I would not date until you're in high school, for sure.
Agreed.
But it's not that,
Yeah.
I'm not telling you what to do because I can't do that. I can only encourage you with what I believe, with what I believe in and what I believe we're actually ready for. I don't think God specifically says, hey, there's not a lot about dating, specifically dating in the Bible outside of the way that it used to be done, which was way different. We've talked about that with the story of Samson and, not modernized. But I would absolutely wait until high school. Again, it kind of goes back to the heart thing. Each time you date somebody or, you pursue a relationship, you're going to give part of your heart away. Whether you have a lot of boundaries up or whether you have no boundaries or you have a few, you're going to give part of your heart away. And most likely, the chances are like so slim that you're going to meet the person of your dreams in middle school. Okay? Actually, statistics show it's very, very unlikely still that you will date someone in high school and marry them. Now, there are people that are high school sweethearts that get married, but it doesn't happen often, all right? It doesn't happen usually that, your first person you dated, they're the person forever. So I would wait until at least 16, 17, personally. And then what age have you all dated in? We've gone over that. Middle school, high school? Freshman, and then for me, I was in college. Guess I'm lame. Okay, this is a question in all caps. I'm scared. Okay, I can't answer that. It has to do about farting again. Okay, have your parents ever teased you about you and your crush?
What about extended family?
Sure, extended family
Okay,
counts.
one of my aunts called my boyfriend a rat for like
A rat?
a long time.
Better than a caveman. Oh, shit.
No, it's not.
That's rough.
Oh, man, that's rough.
What was the question?
Parents ever tease you about you and your crush?
My mom
Oh,
told
go
my mom
ahead.
just told me you better not. What did she say? You can't date till after you're married. I was like, okay, mom.
What?
No, yeah, it was weird. She was
Dude.
saying you can't date. That was basically what she said.
Yeah, she was cray.
Never mind, forget that. Yeah, never mind.
Still is for me to this day. Has your crush ever been stolen by another person? Has someone ever stole your crush, like one of your best friends, like they knew?
Yes.
Yes?
This
Are
girl,
they in this room? No.
No. Oh, no. Long story short.
Oh, here we go.
Stop it.
Kendrick, come back.
Okay, this girl wrote me a letter. We weren't dating. This girl wrote me a letter.
Dude, this guy's got the
So
stories,
sweet.
guys.
I know. I've been through it.
He's a
This girl wrote me a letter, and it was in 8th grade, and she was like, I'm going to high school, and, we won't see each other. Then I see her walking around. What? Yeah, we go to the same high school.
Okay.
Okay, almost said long story short again. Anyways, she wrote me a letter and was like, hey, just won't happen. I'm going to high school and everything. And then now she's been with, but, good part, she's left me for this dude, but they've been dating for like 3 years now. So that's a good thing.
You don't hold on to bitterness. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Man, you got the stories too.
I know. I lived in a small town, so we kind of just traded boyfriends. There were no hard feelings there.
I think that's the small town that Winston
Was it
would
like
call.
at lunch? I have a Snickers, I'll give you a Crunch Bar.
Yeah.
I think
I
Winston
have a
calls
It's
Luke,
kind
I'll
of like
give you a
that.
Jake.
Like, hey, I have this boy, but I really want your boy, so let's switch. And it would just work out. That's kind of what
I think
happened.
Winston calls that not Charlestown, Charles Tucky.
It's what happens there, and no hard feelings. I mean,
I
it really doesn't.
I live in Charlestown, all right?
You do live there. You live there right now.
Yikes. Okay, all right. Last question. Okay, we talked about boundaries. Make it good, like funny or deep?
No, like long story short.
Oh.
You can buy stories.
Any votes on another long story by Kendrick? All the girls in the room? Woo, woo. Do yours? I did a couple of yours. All right. Okay, we're gonna close this one with a serious question, not one that's on here, because most of them were about farting. Here's the serious question. Okay, here's the serious question. What advice, if you guys could give just one piece of advice, and you don't have to back it up with a memory verse or scripture. I know it's going to come from your heart, but what advice would you give that you know would be something that God would give you for dating advice to these ministers? If they could have just one thing from you that they remember from this, what would be the one thing? One thing.
I'd say be yourself. Through and through, be yourself. And even if that's that with the person you're with, be yourself. If that means keep your goals in mind, keep your aspirations in mind, keep doing you, don't change anything for that person, be yourself.
I like it. Even if it's just long story short every time, right? Every time, just be you.
If you have to give them a long story short every night.
Every time.
Long story short, I had a good day.
Okay. One piece of advice.
I guess this goes with relationships, but it kind of goes with all your life. Just make sure that whatever it's a slippery slope when you choose to go down the wrong path. So just make sure that in whatever you're doing, you are honoring the Lord. Like when you are just, I mean, dating is a huge thing, and it's easy to mess up. It's easy to make mistakes. It's easy to forget the boundaries. So just question yourself, is what I'm doing bringing honor to God? And if it's not, then you got to make some changes, and don't be afraid to make those.
Okay. Good. Lily?
Maybe for me, it would be Jesus lasts forever, right? So these relationships, you might, like Luke said, there's a slim chance of you meeting, your future husband or wife in middle school or even maybe in high school. Those relationships and those heartbreaks are so temporary, even though in the moment they feel so big, and they take over so much of your life. But I promise that, Jesus is always going to be there for you. He's forever and always, and the people that he puts around you, like at church and at youth group, are people that you're always going to have, and just really cherish that. Put more priority towards your relationship with God than into a relationship here on this earth. So,
awesome. And my piece of advice would be just to run in the opposite direction of any sexual sin. Okay, anything, whether it has to do with a dating relationship or whether it has to do with your own time or whatever, just run away from the things that the culture and the world around you says, hey, this is fine, hey, you can do this, it's fine, just fit in. Run in the opposite direction of that. Run the opposite direction of that. Hopefully this is a place, this church, your life group, your people here that love you is a place where you can do that, where you can go in the opposite direction, but then every other day through the week, it has to be intentional. You got to go in the opposite direction of sin. Okay? So if you guys would give it up for our guests up here. Michelle, Kendrick, Lily, thank you guys for sharing. I'm going to pray us out, and then you guys can go hang out in groups for a little bit. So let's pray. God, we love you so much. We thank you for this series. God, thank you that we could close it out by just answering some questions and just being real, hopefully just being honest, God, about relationships, dating, and not just to give advice from what we think are all the perfect things to do when it comes to this series, but just what you've taught us, God, and I just thank you for Kendrick and Lily and Michelle. Thank you for their boldness and willingness to come up here and share about this. God, we love you. We can't wait to see what you're going to do in our lives because of what you taught us in this series. So help us, have a foundation that's in you, and just pursue you, and to just really, like Kendrick said, know our identity, who we are in you before we pursue anything else. We love you, God, in Jesus' name. Amen.